I need to cross this river. And I cannot for the life of me find a convenient spot. So this could potentially end in tears. The rucksack's coming off because this rock's a bit slippy. I'm an idiot.
It was right here. I knew I'd messed up.
Hello everybody, welcome back. As promised, I'm about to embark on a little trek. I've come to a little town in the north called Rascafria in the Guadarrama mountains, and I'm much heavier than expected. It's taken me a lot longer than expected. It's been a bit of a challenge to get here this morning, to be honest. Partly my own fault, well, mostly my own fault. I could have packed my things last night, but to be honest, I thought I was better prepared. I mentioned in a previous video that I'm a keen hiker. Well, that's true. It's been a while, and it seems that most of my equipment has been pilfered or borrowed to family and friends, and I've got the remains. So basically, I've had to bodge together some hiking equipment this morning. But I think I'm a big believer in using what you've got, so I can't complain. I think I've got everything I need. I'm here now. I did plan to go up a mountain called Penalara, but I just don't think I've got time to get there today and to find a camping site. Whilst I've been out in this area before, I've never hiked here, so I'm not particularly sure of the terrain. It's absolutely freezing, it's super windy, but fortunately there's no snow. But as you've probably seen in the news, it's unseasonably warm this year, which is good for me at the moment. It's funny how none of my equipment sort of feels right anymore. My Bergen's unbalanced, pulling my shoulders apart. Like I said earlier, I've managed to bodge together a lot of equipment, and unfortunately a lot of it's old army gear, which is sometimes quite heavy and cumbersome because you've got like a 100-litre backpack to stick it all in, you know. So I started off this morning with trying to pack one of my old Arctic sleeping bags into this little what's like a bushcraft Bergen that I'm wearing today, more of a rucksack. So I had to ditch that for a lighter sleeping bag. So hopefully that stays warm, keeps me warm tonight. Even my clothes don't fit me, it's been so long. I've lost a lot of weight recently, so my trousers, I've got a huge belt on to keep my trousers up. And just your old habits, measuring distance and using landmarks. Some of that becomes second nature after a while. You know, if you're doing it day in, day out, but like any skill, it fades if you don't use it. We'll see. It's good to get out here though, it really is. It's going to be an adventure for me. I do love being out in the countryside. There's no better place for recuperating and replenishing your energy, collecting your thoughts. So I'm looking forward to being out here and getting in the tent tonight. Oh, there's a boar there. Last thing I want is one of those charging at me. Can you see it? It's just there, running through the woods. Just running across here. I don't know if you can make him out. He's there. Big fella. Hopefully he stays away. What was I talking about? Camino Natural Valle de la Thoya. I'm going to cross the road and join up with the GR104, which will take me up to Penalara, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it the whole way, but we'll see. I decided to shed a few pounds because I'm just tired of feeling like shit most mornings, you know. Actually, it's a funny story actually. I went into the doctor to tell him about all my ailments, and it hit me as soon as he turned over his A4 piece of paper to start writing down the issues on the other side. It hit me then. I was like, I've got to change this. There's too many things wrong with me. But changing your diet, it's really it's worked wonders for me. So I'm currently travelling on the GR104 from Rascafria to Pico de Penalara, and this is like the national sign for designated walking routes. They're pretty shit hot actually in Spain at marking routes. They're very dependable, but I mean, still I wouldn't recommend doing what I'm doing and relying on your telephone. I don't know how the phone signal will be once we get up here, but I'm not going far off the beaten track. I'm not far from civilization. The only thing that is concerning me is it is extremely windy today, and I can hear trees dropping left, right and centre, so I'll ensure I don't pitch up anywhere near a tree tonight. Avoid those widow makers if you can. So it's time for a brew, I think. I've got this little OEX. Is it OEX? Not even sure, to be perfectly honest. I've used it in sort of like a glamping situation. It's lightweight, it's easy to use. I can't live without coffee, so whenever I get the opportunity to stop, I'll stop. Good news is, I think I'm going to make it to Penalara today. I'm halfway there. I think it's like 2,400 and something meters above sea level. So if you're going to come here, you're going to go to the top of the highest mountain, aren't you? Let's be honest. As mentioned, I'm a bit of a coffee fiend, but all I have is Nescafe. I don't take it with sugar or nothing. I also just bought this dinky little Quaker fork and spoon from Decathlon this morning because I realised I didn't have any camping utensils. So yeah, they're not bad at all. Stainless steel. Well, they cost a couple of euros. You just can't go wrong with stuff from Decathlon. I mean, it's throwaway, isn't it? You can use these, you can get away with using these for years potentially, you know, and if they do break, it doesn't break your heart, does it? You know, you can replace them. But I mean, €6, you can't go wrong. But I'm not sure what I've got to eat later either, because I couldn't even fit the food in my bag, so I've just grabbed snacks. That, come to think of it, what do we have here? Oh, magic! Milk chocolate cereal bar. That'll do. That'll go with my coffee really well. But it's been a nice walk so far. Last hour's been a bit of a grind. It's all been uphill, but it's a really well-defined track. You can probably drive a Land Rover up here, to be honest. So you can't really see much, but there's streams crisscrossing the path all the way down. It's beautiful. Bang on that. And we're on our way. What a beautiful little place. It's a shame it's too early in my trip, so I can't camp there tonight. We're off the beaten track a little bit now. Still following the GR104, but terrain's a little bit more rugged, a bit more steep. Birds of prey are circling in the sky. Hope that's not for me. Super peaceful. No cars, no airplanes, no people. And all you can hear is the water flowing down the stream. Feels like you've gone deaf. This is my antidepressant, you know. Well, I'm doing a lot of running lately. You know, I average about 8-minute miles, something like that. It's not lightning. I'm not 18 anymore, but I'll be happy if I can get that down to 7-minute miles and maintain that over like a half marathon. But having said that, if you're looking at me now, you think I was diabolical at fitness. Well, that might be the case in comparison to some, but this is a hill and it's a different kind of fitness altogether, you know. Carrying weight on your back and marching up hills is a different ball game. Requires different muscles, more importantly a different mindset. You're going slower. I wouldn't say it hurts more, but it's psychological when you're at the foot of a mountain and you know you gotta go to the top. But all you can do is keep your head down, keep pushing. Once you get to the brow, you can take a break. I often set myself like little challenges. Well, yeah, I give myself little rewards. I'll have some nuts or a chocolate bar or something once I get to a designated point. But there's nothing really that can train you for the hills. Of course, cardiovascular fitness helps. Gym core work helps, but nothing beats getting out there and getting in and amongst it. But a little tip for walking up hills with weight: try and keep your back as straight as possible. Don't bend forward at the hips, you'll hurt your back, you'll tire out your hip flexors. Keep your back straight as much as possible and shorten your stride. Instead of taking long steps, take little baby steps, and you'll get there. But wow, I've reached the summit of one hill. That helped distract me, didn't it? So I've got a choice. I can either continue on the GR104 or take a little shortcut up here across to the La Granja, Puerto de Cortos, La Granja, and that'll take me on to Penalara. But obviously this little shortcut here is likely to be steeper. What a view! Look at that. I'm so lucky just to have this on my doorstep, you know. Well, I took the shortcut, but I don't know if this is going to end in tears. I need to cross this river. And I cannot for the life of me find a convenient spot. So this could potentially end in tears. Well, I'm braving it. This is either fucking really brave or idiotic. Well, the rucksack's coming off because this rock's a bit slippy. I'm an idiot.
So my rucksack weighs 15 kilograms and I'm trying to swing it whilst holding a camera to the other side. I make it, but it bounces straight back into the river and is completely submerged.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Let's see if that wet my sleeping bag. Fortunately, I've got a dry bag on it. That was very, very lucky. What an idiot. I knew it was going to happen, but luckily my DOS bag's dry. Fortunately. What a fool. The problem was the bag's so heavy, I didn't want to swing it because the rock was slippy. But anyhow, fortunately it didn't... Oh, I'm impressed with that rucksack, to be honest. Completely waterproof. Look at that, how the water beads off it. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Well, that was a good test. Let's see if that makes the video or not. Well, that shortcut was a disaster. Inevitable, really, wasn't it? Well, it was more difficult, but from disaster came glory. I didn't have a chance to catch it on camera, but there's deer scattered about here, running around. I managed to catch a little white tails bobbing through the trees. I'm always amazed at what, you know, the gradient that they can run on. Imagine us trying to run on here. That's why I'm heading up there. But I've got to take a dog leg up here first, make my way around. It's a bit disheartening. There's no track here at all. Never trust mobile maps. I think I told you before. I'm literally trying to follow rabbit runs and animal tracks because they know best. But I've got another 100 metres of ascent. Once I'm there, pretty much straightforward. I just want to get to the top as quickly as I can, set up camp and enjoy it. Dry out my kit. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Cheers. Incredible views from up here. But I've still got to get to the top, which is there. Looks like some decent camping spots around here too. And I've got some company over there. Not gonna lie though, man, that was a struggle up that ravine. Whoa, it was some re-entrant and there was a stream all the way through it and I had to literally scrabble. I wish I had hind legs. What a mess that was. That'll teach me to be clever. If you can see, there's a refugio just there, which is like the Spanish equivalent of a bothy in the UK. I'm in the middle of the valley and Penalara is up there. So I'm going to take the easiest route up there, to be perfectly honest, and get straight back down. Well, there's a lagoon here, but unfortunately it's cordoned off. I guess it must be protected. But I don't think I'd take a dip in there today. It's absolutely freezing. So I think I have to make my way up there to go across the ridge line and up to the top of Penalara up there. Hopefully there's enough daylight hours for me to make it. I'll get a lay of the land from up there, and if I think I've got enough time I'll go for it. If there's no one staying in there, potentially I might stay in there too, but we'll see. But I must admit, I'm pretty beat up today. That not so shortcut is taking it out of me, but enough complaining. Onwards and upwards, here we go. It's certainly colder up here. The temperature's dropped now, the sun's falling behind the mountain. I'm trying to get up here as quick as I can, scrabbling up the rocks. bit stinky in here. It seems to be locked up. What a shame. I've got a decision to make. I don't think I'm going to make it to Penalara tonight, so I think it's a case of heading back down the hill to try and find somewhere decent to camp. That's the best option. As a last resort, I can always stay in here. Which is a bit stinky, to be fair. Well, my tent's up finally. Boy, it took some. I basically had to come off the mountain because there's obviously no cover up top. I couldn't make it to the summit, but the summit's surrounded by tree line, so I couldn't go in any. There's no flat ground in any of those woods. It's complete, like, roots and rubble. So I had to come off the mountain, and luckily I found some random field. But I mean, I'm not supposed to camp here, but I'm being a little bit stealthy. But I think I pushed it too much today. I think I pushed it far too much. Brew on the go. Literally everything that could have gone wrong seems to have gone wrong today. It's been a bit of a challenge. I need to book my ideas up, to be perfectly honest. I don't even know if you can see me. Can you see me on this? Is that better? Yeah, all my pockets are frozen. After falling in the stream, after throwing my bag in the stream, all my pockets are frozen up. I can't open anything. I've pitched my tent on a slight incline, so it's going to be uncomfortable most of the night. I mean, these things I learnt 20 years ago, you know what I mean? But it's been so long. It seems all new to me now. I mean, it's kind of fun. I'm kind of enjoying myself, testing myself out. I haven't done anything like this for a long time, and you know, suck it and see, don't you? Well, as you no doubt saw earlier, I was in a bit of a mess, feeling a little sorry for myself. When I got to my tent, I just started shivering, and I knew I needed to get into my sleeping bag quick, get the tent up and get into my sleeping bag quickly, and get a change of clothes on. So I didn't really eat much. I've only had a couple of cereal bars all day, so I'm absolutely starving. So I went to Decathlon yesterday and bought some little desserts. I don't know what they are exactly. Custard pudding and raspberry crumble. So I'm gonna have a couple of midnight snacks. Well, actually, what time is it? 3:30 in the morning snacks. I'm also finishing off the brew that I didn't finish drinking last night. That's on right now. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, everyone. It's about 7:30. What time is it? It's about 10 to 8. It's coming up to first light now. It feels relatively mild this morning, which I'm surprised about because it was a bit of a struggle last night. I think the sleeping bag's rated to 0, and it was a bit nippy. I mean, I was warm all night, but as soon as you fell asleep and, you know, moved into a position where the heat was escaping from the bag, your temperature dropped and it woke you up. So, I mean, I must have had about 2 or 3 hours sleep at the most. God, it was a beautiful night with the stars out and the moon last night. I'm gonna get packed up here this morning. I've got my favourite food in the whole wide world is pistachios. I'm gonna fill my pockets full of pistachios and crack on, to be honest. I've got about a 10-mile walk to get back to Rascafria. I'm gonna follow the same route that I used to get here. Because I've got to get home to take Elliot to football. So I want to get home, get unpacked, get a shower, maybe have a nap. Well, that's it, I'm packed away. It's about 20 past 8. The sun's come up. What a beautiful view. The moon's still out. So it was a very nice camp. So I'm going to hit the road now. I've only got 2 minutes left on my memory card, so I'm going to save that for when I get back to the car, just to give you a little ending. Look how quickly that cloud's moving across those mountains. It was super windy last night. it's beautiful out here. I'm the only one, there's no one around. The ground is solid, so let's get a move on. What a beautiful day. There isn't a single cloud in the sky. Heck of a lot easier coming down this morning. I was a bit stiff out the gates, but I've got into a rhythm. I'm not far from the car now. I'm just entering civilization now actually. It's a couple of homes and a main road just ahead. But I'll speak to you when I get back to the car. So here I am, back at the Sweet Chariot. I never thought I'd be so happy to see you. A little banger. But yeah, that's it. I'm pretty beat up to be honest. I'm gonna get myself home, get freshened up, and take the kids to football. It's about 12 o'clock now, so I've made it in good time, and it's such a beautiful day. But I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great experience. To be honest, I've made a few mistakes that scuppered me along the way. The main one being prior planning, the second one being not testing out the equipment beforehand, and the third one was a simple navigational error, which really got my back up, you know. I really wanted to make it to the summit, but unfortunately I didn't get there, but there's always next time, isn't there? I'm tucking into some couscous. I was bloody dreaming about this last night, and the rest of these chocolate bars. I'm certainly going to enjoy these. See you later.